Currently, they're both at their highest world rankings. The left-handed shake hands attacker is Wang Chuqin, and everything the same except right-handed from Patrick Franziska, and also the details are quite different. Patrick Franziska has been able to beat some of the best in the game. So we meet Hong Yang Ling. Our umpire will be taking care of the coin toss. Patrick Franziska has a few names to add to his collection. Wang Chuqin is on that list. Lin Shidong as well, but he meets Wang Chuqin. A good handshake with a nice pop to get started.
Red for Wang, black for Franziska. Black. Franziska, winner of toss, choose receive.
So there it is, Patrick Franziska. A fascinating story, was incredibly strong at the Saudi Smash in the middle of last year. It was quite eye-opening. I'm talking table tennis year-round. It's always a wonderful conversation. There is no downtime, there is no off-season in this global sport. But a big conversation. Of course, the world number one. I've been calling him the future world number one for quite some time. And he's fulfilled the prophecy and has been in that seat for a long time. With a man right behind him, Lin Shidong, chasing. He's got 10 titles to his name, Wang Chuqin, and an 85% win percentage in WTT. Curious to see what Lin Shidong's is. Yukiya Uda put up a good fight in game one, leading 9-6, but not a game taken. After that, Koen Pang of Singapore just the same, and Anton Shelby, a player who had bageled Wang Chuqin in Frankfurt last year. Well, the bagel was returned out here in the Singapore Smash. This is the 4th ever Singapore Smash, in the first year that we've had 4 Grand Smashes in the same year. Fighting father, Patrick Franziska, the gentle giant, the giant slayer, is 32 years old, world rank number 8, has a WTT title, and getting to the finals of the Saudi Smash is not to be taken for granted. Some big wins there, from around the net backhands to the touch, the feeling he's got it all. He took down Im Jong-hoon of Korea 3-0. Hwang Yo-jung, the next generation after Lin Shidong for Team China in a 5-gamer, and Miłosz Radziemski of Poland has been taking down some big names. Finally put an end to Julian Kiritsa, the birthday boy who would shock a lot of names in the early rounds, playing through the qualifiers as a wild card. Prize money $1.5 million, 2,000 points to the champion of this event, and the best equipment in the world, from the DHSW 1000 table to the Enlio super weaving floor and the Inhe H40 Plus 3-star ball. Remember the head-to-head, 2-0 in those 2 encounters. A total of 3 games have been won by Patrick Franziska, and a total of 7 for that man right there, Wang Chuqin. Fan vote 74% behind Wang Chuqin, looking fierce there in the front row. Loving the towels here, the lion for the Lionheart. You can cast your vote at worldtabletennis.com. You can cast your friend's vote, your mom's vote, your dad's vote, your nephew's, anyone's vote you can cast right there.
Level.
Or on the WTT app, which I keep on the home screen of my phone. Best of 7, Wang Chuqin will start it off with the serves. Love all.
Love 1.
I don't know if I was the only one flashing the crowd here.
No flash, please.
Ball very close to the shirt of Wang Chuqin. Still, he's able to maneuver the upper body out of the way, play the forehand from the middle. Bottle challenge served and keeps him pinned on the backhand. Wang Chuqin gets his first point this game. Good placement on the push, that is, as opposed to octopus or an octopush. Here it is. Nice and low, baseline into the backhand, testing the step around. And this is where it gets tricky. When Wang Chuqin is in position to counter, which is often the case. A lot of preparation here. The reason I brought up conversations, and that table tennis is a year-round thing. Team Germany, just last year, Timo Boll and Dima, both 2 of the veteran team leaders. But by world ranking, Dong Qiu, the European champion, the team leader. And Patrick Franziska would skyrocket in the rankings after his incredible run in Saudi Arabia. 1 point lead here for the world number one.
3-0.
Man, it's so trippy from that camera angle, and in any given perspective, there's a potential for an optical illusion. It looked like this shot could have come down on the table, and then you realize it missed by many feet, meters, if you're most of the world. Let's say more than a meter. Good times, 3 points apiece out of the first towel break.
3-4.
Secure shot, slow, spinny, low to the net. Very tough to counter. Good example of what to do when you're under the table. Don't have to finish the point, but put your opponent in a bad position to try and do just that.
5-3.
Big point there to break both serves on receive. Wang Chuqin making the most of that opportunity. Patrick Franziska is very smooth. He's good in the mid distance, and for a big guy, he's going to fight to stay close here to control the table.
6-3. Four, 6.
In position, constantly reshuffling those feet to set up for an ever-moving, unpredictable ball. Push comes long to the middle, but just a little bit too long for the table. Wang Chuqin quickly trying to learn, adapt, and apply.
Let 4-6.
A little souvenir for the front row there after this ball was struck down with power here, right into the edge of the racket. Clarity goes a long way in table tennis, a game of decision making. You just have to be able to identify what you want to do as quickly as possible. Wang Chuqin talked about his turbulent second half of the year, that he felt like he had just lost enough. Anton Shelby, Benjamin Faraji, Anders Lind, Lin Shadong, Truls Morgaard.
9-4.
To be world number one and have that many people kick you when you're down is a bit of a wake-up call. Sometimes rock bottom gives you a sense of just clarity. So back with purpose and a 5-point lead. And the finishing forehand on the parallels got the crowd up in a bunch. Wang Chuqin now with 6 game points from 3-3. Went on quite some way. 11 shots, much longer than average that rally. Heavy spin on the parallel. France saving a game point. Man, that was a good call. The leader of that chant really had to shout here.
10-6.
Good control here from France from the start of the point. Wang Chuqin, sounds funny to describe it as take some chances. He is the best in the world after all. He's been top of the world for some time, taking Fukuoka at the end of last year and 2 grand smashes. Singapore smash, Saudi smash. And now he's got game number 1 looking to defend his title. To start this year the way he started last year and to end this year the way he started last year. A sense of purpose, playing with intention. The world number 1, Wang Chuqin, gets the first game on the scoreboard in game number 2 with the Giant Slayer, Patrick Franziska, and Wang Chuqin coming right up.
他说不用防守他，他没有上来跳，这个小子就是后面有再上来第二个后面有跳。
All right, look at the table here. Wang Chuqin, the left-handed world #1, and Patrick Franziska on the receiving side of all these shots. A whole lot into that backhand. Even that one near the baseline of the table, that's into an elbow. It's right on the crossover. This is a player who's constantly mixing it up and saying, let's see that backhand. Patrick Franziska is a taller player, has a bigger midsection to cover. So Wang Chuqin will move him out a little bit to the forehand side and then send him back to the deep backhand corner.
Second game, Franziska to serve, level.
Play smart, he says. Taps his temple as a little reminder. Use the noggin.
Let, love all.
Soft
Love
hands, a tough
one.
shot. Wang Chuqin in the short game, controlling. Again, you have to have so many skills come together. It's not just power. Yeah, it's fun to be able to show your friends your forehand loop, your drive.
2 love.
And it can be a key ingredient. But you can't skip leg day. You can't skip push day, receive day. Surprise factor, responding to strawberry day. There are just so many different elements. It's why the brain benefits so much from playing table tennis. Racket high, the recovery. Franz, for a big man, he recovers quickly. Again, it's rare to see the power that Patrick Franziska possesses, yet the compact strokes as well. We see it in Lin Shidong, just a completely different package.
Let, 2-1. Let, 2-1.
Man, does he keep it close to that baseline.
One, 3.
This is minutia. This is the difference between 99%, 99.9%, and whatever's next after that. Even the serve toss as close to the baseline as possible to make sure he gets the angular advantage. Surprise.
1-4.
And the closer you are to the table, the less time the opponent has to react. The same is true on serve. Wang Chuqin with a strong start here. 80% of the first 5 points. Liang indeed. The backhand. Hear it from the crowd. That was not Wang Hao's voice. 12 of the last 16 points to the world #1 Lionheart Hope, Wang Chuqin. Now this goes to show you how tough it is to recover from such a big stroke. From time to time, some of the most memorable matches in history, the World Championships 2017 men's singles final, the winner of that match was not the player to take the attack first. Good use of side spin. Franz from a chop block to a brushing backhand, reversing the spin, using a bit of bend on it. 2 in a row on receive, breaking both of his opponent's serve, giving back what was taken from him in game #1. Nice long push, rush in the feet. Balance has so much to do with the quality of the shot that's coming in. It's such an important factor in table tennis. These players stand with their knees very bent. Look how fast Wang Chuqin is to come around to play the backhand from the forehand side.
Players, play on.
Yeah. Tough way to get into a point.
7-4.
And in all fairness, tough serve to receive. Bottle challenge, nope. This time, it's right out into the forehand, low and fast, but still half long, gets a passive receive back.
5-7.
Bit of a morale boost here as he tries to pump himself up. Franz looking to take the initiative where he can, and he earns himself a fourth ball. That's clean. That's the backhand near the table. It's going to be dangerous. 2-point ball game here in a best of 7. 1-1 would be the much preferred score at this point for Franz than the alternative at the end of this game.
Five, 8.
Laying down the law here, controlling the short game, keeping the hand cool. It's one to the middle and the second one into the elbow. Smart play to keep it away from the wide wings.
Eight, 6.
This is one wide wing that shows you what it can do. Patrick Franziska, very confident opening backhand. Beautiful spin. Crisp, clean, textbook perfection.
Eight, 7.
I love that peekaboo shot. Right in near the table. And the hand of the man comes in. One-point ball game here. Wang Chuqin with a big second serve.
7, 9.
I can understand that feeling. His backhand has been so effective. And he had an opportunity. He had it. Don't get me wrong, Wang Chuqin might have had a good answer to the shot to come in, but Franz makes that shot 90% of the time.
7, 10.
And in the open rally, it's Wang Chuqin closer to the table here, controlling. He's got 3 game points for a 2-0 lead. Reminder to play smart. Heavy spin
11,
it is from the backhand. Wang
game to
Chuqin
Wang.
sets up a 2-0 lead, 11-7 here in the second. Patrick Franziska's looking for answers. The open backhand with the spin on it from time to time has caused some harm. Has secured some big points for Franz. He's played tight in the early parts. He's come back, but in the end, Wang Chuqin takes the games. Little look at the footwork here. Wow. That's fascinating. It looks like Wang Chuqin's making a mess here. That means he's moving his feet quite a lot. Patrick Franziska, his step is going to be a bit wider. Wang Chuqin's not the tallest guy in the world. Probably about average height for a non-basketball playing athlete or non-volleyball athlete in China. Patrick Franziska in table tennis, way taller than average. Georg Groskopf, a fair height. But a few centimeters, good handful above that, Franz stands. Tactically speaking, moving, spinning, keeping the racket high. For Wang Chuqin, as long as he doesn't hesitate too much, again, it's decision making quickly. Everything else will fall into place. For him, it's second nature.
Third game, Wang to serve, love all.
For Patrick Franziska, while a lot of world-class play is second nature, it's going to take a little bit more to get an unusual result, a first victory against Wang Chuqin.
One love.
So quickly driven behind the table. Franz from way back. Counter here, ball that high. He knows the power his opponent's got. Still placed right into the middle from Wang Chuqin, acknowledging some fortune, whatever it may have been.
Love 2.
So the start of the point, the earlier in the point the shot, the more important the shot is. The quality on this That's the type of
Love
commitment
three.
that we need to see from Franz. Easier said
Timeout.
than done, and a timeout called now on the German side. And the All Black is compared to the previous year's gray. Patrick Franziska in the first 3 points was in response mode, was not able to break the handcuffs in the rally.
Den ersten irgendwie fester spielen, aber dann ist alles so schnell. Okay, aber ich habe eine Schutzstelle. Geht. Wenn ich halt ein bisschen spät bin und Team vorne, dann rumst dann halt aufregen, weißt du? Ja, aber muss halt schneller sein. Dann jetzt so nehmen. Aber ich wollte nicht so viel halt nicht angucken. Hat er noch nicht so sein Video. Das ist halt, ja.
So back from the timeout. Wang Chuqin not a point drop
Love
this game.
three.
It's Patrick Franziska who's got the uphill battle. Has to take some chances, has to play out of the comfort zone. Long serve from time to time, strong openings. This is better.
3-1.
The third ball here had some intention behind it, as opposed to self-defense at the hands of the opponent. Remember, this is what the players are trying to do. Get the opponent to submit, to fall into the trap. Ooh, caught the edge.
3-2.
Nope, Franz is saying that caught. It'll be 4-1. Fair play.
4-1.
For the Wang Chuqin fans out there, you can understand they'd be happy he got the point. I also hope that some of those applause are directed at Patrick Franziska.
2-4.
Just to recognize that the opponent might not have heard that ball at all. Georg Rosskopf, a legend of the game, a world champion in men's doubles in 1989 with Stefan Fetzner, two-time Olympic medalist.
3-4.
Now this worked well for Franz early on in the match. Get Wang Chuqin to play the full stroke forehand. Keep your racket high, short counter stroke back. Into the middle, there it is, doesn't follow through. As a big man, he knows that it's going to cost him dearly if he follows through on his shots.
5-3.
The way Wang Chuqin is playing, this match is potentially far from over. But with the quality of shot that he's giving, it just makes you think about the narrative from the start of this week. Lin Shidong, world number 2, fighting to take the spot from Wang Chuqin, the world number 1.
6-3.
It's the unstoppable force and the immovable object on the opposite halves of the draw. Down the line, the way he maneuvers his body to pull out this shot and play a parallel winner against a man with that wingspan. Put that in your think tank and bubble it up for a minute. The bend on this ball. Jeez. And even off balance here, he's able to keep pressure on. At the absolute top of the game, even out of position, it's not just returning the ball. Every shot causes some threat.
3-8.
With rare exception. Good look at the corner here, but at the second towel break, it's Wang Chuqin up by 6 now. After the timeout was called earlier on from Patrick Franziska, 6 of the last 8 points now for the world number 1, Wang Chuqin. Back edge of the
Line
table.
4.
Crowd hasn't realized it yet. Fair play on both sides. By the way, I have an update for you about the mixed doubles battle yesterday. The conversation that I didn't understand. Got some clarity on that.
4-10.
I'll tell you about it later, though, because we're going to have a mixed doubles final following this match. 6 game points for Wang Chuqin. And he takes it backpedaling.
11-4.
Still,
Third game to
it's
Wang.
not just keep the ball in play. It's do something. Make something happen every time you touch the ball. And that's what he's done. He's making moves, and he's 1 game away from getting his foot, getting his full place inside the men's singles semifinals. 6-7 and 4, but it's not over yet. Game 4 to follow.
他这种搏这种机会特别合适，搏这种机会。当他这种搏的时候，我也是都带有保护的。
Here's a little look at the race to 100 wins. No man has set foot on the 100-win moon in the WTT era. Wang Chuqin with 85 is 8 spots behind Lin Shidong. You might be curious how that's possible. By the way, he's tied with Tomokazu Harimoto, but Tomokazu Harimoto, courtesy of Xue Fei, will not be adding to that collection in this event. Wang Chuqin 1 game away from stepping in front of Tomokazu Harimoto. How does Lin Shidong have more wins but less world ranking points? Well, it depends where you win. For example, Truls Morgaard in Paris and in Houston made it all the way to the finals. Good times. It's putting your chips on the right square. Know where your bread is buttered.
Love 1.
Step behind the table, a little bit more comfortable in the mid-distance. Patrick Franziska has been known to win his fair share of rallies from back there. Short side of the table, a bit of a surprise here to get in early. Surprise is going to be a key factor here. Patrick Franziska's got power, no doubt about it, but Wang Chuqin, if he's not surprised, seems to have a response to almost everything. And he's got his own surprises here with a fast, long serve right to that midpoint, the T in the middle of the table. And the follow-up right down the middle has to get the legs under the table. How far he comes in to follow that ball.
Oh.
Reminding himself how the ball moves.
Let 2-0.
It's one of my favorite things about table tennis. It's really just simple physics. If you've never taken a physics class, but you've played enough table tennis, you get it. Little back edge of the table here for Franz. The way the ball moves, it might seem like it has a mind of its own at times. And occasionally there are outside factors, but the Infinity Arena, just the perfect place for the players to play.
Let 3-2. Let 3-2.
Heavy spin low to the net, you would imagine. Serve crosses the net low, perfect camera angle to see. Relatively low to the net. The amount of topspin that Patrick Franziska puts on it, it's a lot of pressure to counter. So best start so far. 4-2 Franz leads out of the first towel break. And the soft hand's a half long push, keeping it on the shorter side here. Just short enough to keep it near that baseline. Heavy backspin, the ball bites the table, slows way down, nice and shallow. Wang Chuqin taking a bold chance there.
Let 2-5.
Wow,
6-2.
not an easy way to win a point. You can feel confidence starting to get slippery. It always has been. It's based on results.
Seven, 2.
But when you start to question, you start to wonder. Looking down at the equipment, wondering what's likely to happen. Should I go for this shot again?
2-8.
The ground is shaky. Again, Wang Chuqin has a massive lead in this best-of-7 match. I imagine there's somebody out there who could quickly send me the last time they saw Wang Chuqin up 3-0 and not complete a match.
Let 2-8.
I also thought a little bit, but I would not say that.
Wow. If I understood that correctly, that was incredibly kind of Franz.
3-8.
It's always interesting to see these players just have incredible sportsmanship out here.
9-3.
And the shovel serve that's given players so much trouble has been one of the more visible serves from Wang Chuqin in recent history. You'd imagine Patrick Franziska studied it well, and he gets across the table for that backhand opening. Why the backhand? Because inside the table you can generate more racket speed with the backhand, more wrist.
10-3.
And everything a little bit different from the rotation. Reactionary shots here. It hadn't been easy. Again, confidence the question. 7 game points for Franz.
4-10.
And a confident attempt here from Franz as he takes his chance with the parallel backhand there. It's 1 game point saved, 6 more to go for Patrick Franziska. There it is, the backhand deep to the backhand corner. Franz controls the short game, the mid-distance game, from spin to variation in speed. He was consistent in this, used his short shots well to invest in early openings, and got his first game on the scoreboard. It has not been easy in their head-to-head. Remember, they've played twice before. Patrick Franziska has only scored 1 game average. Fresh cert and a fresh start at 0-0 in game number 5 to follow. Coming up next, we've got the mixed doubles final. Kwai Man has been quite starring here. Unstoppable. It's also her birthday today, so do her right and stick around. Sora Matsushima there, and right next to the near the camera Miwa Harimoto. Together, 17 in the back, 16 near the camera. A young pair. The righty-lefty combo is strong. Kwai Man will be playing with Lin Shidong, the world number 2. And look at all those bananas. Hydration, potassium, anything you want down at the Franziska store. You need some AA batteries, Holmes? Franz got you.
5th game, Wang to serve, level.
So shaken and stirred in the last game. Patrick Franziska keeping his hand on the blend. Just making sure that Wang Chuqin has a whole lot to consider in any given moment. Wang Chuqin back to start off game 5.
1-love.
You can feel it right after he strikes the ball, brushes up and starts to make his move. It's a game of combinations and patterns. And a winning pattern for Wang Chuqin to start it off.
Okay,
1-0.
Indeed it is. The more Wang Chuqin is looking at his racket, cleaning it, whatever it may be. It's a sign of confidence on the side of Patrick Franziska. Again, it's a tug of war. When the opponent seems less confident, it gives you more. You feed off it. Oh, look at this. Getting low. Squat and quads test. Franz turns the corner. Reverse pendulum. Soft push. And the counter. His right knee nearly touched the ground. Man, some serious momentum here for the big man. 12 of the last 16 points.
2-0.
Xingnian Kuaila. A little bit of fortune here for the world number one. Good touch there as that ball drops right behind the net. Not even the wingspan, the leverage on the other side can reach that ball. That is incredible. I don't know what point of the day was. I've only seen less than half of it so far, but that has to be a contender. To play it from under the table with the feeling that Wang Chuqin does. Look at this. Tomahawk chop block, scoop from near the ground. The next shot from Franz is too good. And he tries another drop with his shoulders turned. Wang Chuqin, that was something else. Oh, the short side. How does he find it? In a moment like this, to even hit the ball, to chase it, getting it back on the table is not enough for the world number one. It's more than that. It's a chase, it's heads down, and it's a plan. That was big. That was scary. As a spectator, it's thrilling. If you're on Franz's side of the table, that's something else.
2-5.
The sense of purpose that he talked about in recent interviews, you can feel it. There's a determination. Came back to the table in game number 5, a different man than you saw in game number 4.
Let 2-5.
From skin shedding in real time. Self-identity is an interesting conversation topic, but Wang Chuqin has left the past behind.
5-3.
Franz here with that reverse pendulum serve, a little bit tighter inside the table. Taller players have a better time doing that serve, as it relies on that cave, the space, with the lifted elbow. And the tight serve to set up a third ball here. The replays are too good to turn away from, but in between I'm going to look at the draw because Wang Chuqin is in form right now.
Four, 6.
And a gift. We're seeing Xingnian Kuaila from the man himself who benefited on the push not long ago. China. Hey, nice jersey there. Yeah, merch store, Smash Park. I know where you've been. Oh, short side.
4-7.
Good catch from Franz. That is such a full stroke on this step around. Get ready for some footwork. Side and top spin. Free hand. Second towel break, 4 points between them, 3 away from the finish line. Wang Chuqin turning around, taking back game number 4. That breadstick on the bottom of the scoreboard in red for Patrick Franziska. Dong Cho here, was eliminated just earlier, got through Kanak Ja, took out Truls Morgaard. Man, the fish just keep getting bigger in this giant, vast ocean.
9-4.
Dong Cho and Patrick Franziska, the leaders of the German team at this point in time. Benedikt Duda making his way up in the world. It's Wang Chuqin making his way up on the scoreboard. 6 of the last 8 points.
Five, 9.
Would have loved to see the ball come down just to see the chop block from Patrick Franziska. The body language, though, from Patrick Franziska, this is interesting. Don't see him do that too often. Oh, the snake. You want to see it. Right after announcing that you don't see the chop block too often, Patrick Franziska does it a second time, lightning in the same place. Comes down into play, fishing shot, dropped, not a second bounce on the table. Nice snake, but the net stops it. And now it is 5 match points for the world number 1. Wang Chuqin has taken it. He moves on to the final 4. Ticket holders happy, and these two rivals at the table, friends off. There is incredible respect between these two. And you can understand why. Wang Chuqin was strong from the start, 6, 7, and 4. A massive turnaround. Patrick Franziska able to knock out whatever focus Wang Chuqin had in every other game in this match. And a good handshake with Jorg Roskopf, the old friends for years now. Jorg Roskopf, a left-handed shakehander, just like the world number 1. Wang Chuqin has moved on, eliminating the world number 8. So a seed drops, but in the quarterfinals, it's as expected here. The top seed has taken down the 8th seed for the 3rd time in his career. A little bit of fortune, and every time he finishes the match, he gives his opponent a look as if to say, hey, tough break. Head touching, a little bit of bromance here, pat on the back. And Wang Chuqin will get ready and get prepared. Still a lot of conversation here from a relatively young man at 24 years old with a plan. And everybody here holding that flag, counting on that man. Here is a look at the draw. He'll be battling against Liang Jingquin, big brother right now on the Chinese team at WTT events, a staple. Be very interesting to see that match, and check out that French flag. Alexis Lebrun versus none other than the star of the Shandong show, Lin